sign ba o gopotsa ore o sa le tlase ga tlamo ya go bolela nnete wa kwešiša. Confirmed, my lord.
Right. Yeah.
Sergeant Mkhani, yesterday you referred to the notice of rights that were read out to accused number 2 on the 16th of June 2020 at Pretoria North Police Station. Just want to show you exhibit LL1. Can you just identify that exhibit?
Pampiri ya ditokelo tša molatofatšo tše a beletšweng tšona ka di 16 tša June 2020 ba re nyaka go lefa pampiri ya go lebela gore a na ke tšona. That is correct.
Thank you. Right, when we adjourned yesterday, we were due to deal with the occurrence book entries that pertains to accused number 1. And these are contained in exhibit NN.
Demo exhibit NN.
When we turn to page 5 of exhibit, or maybe we should start at page 2 of exhibit NN. There's an entry that has already been put in record, entry 2187 at 0140 on the 31st of May 2020.
Entry 2187.
Which indicate that Sergeant Mukhola placed in custody one Muzi Stemba Sibia on Tembisa Cast 217/3/2019.
Case Tembisa 217/7/2019.
Yes. Then turning to page 4
page 4
of exhibit NN.
Exhibit NN.
Can you just place that relevant entry on record that pertains to you?
Sunday 2020 5:31.
On top is written 2020
2025. Sunday
2020 5:31.
Yes.
Now for 11:30.
The time is 11:30. It's cut to 11:30. It is written here.
Investigation out. Sergeant Magani from National Cold Case Investigation Unit.
Sergeant Magani was a cold case investigation unit to people no paying.
With one male, Muzi Stemba Sibia. SAP 14 136 stroke.
SAP 14 is 136 stroke.
05 stroke 2020.
05 2020.
SAP 14A.
SAP 14A.
I want to say if RS R5686208 Dr.
I want to 35.
RS or R50 R508 6208. I'm not sure about this number because it's not clear here.
It is not very legible, but it looks like it is R5086208.
Yes, the originals are there on the table, the original entries.
The Canada level original government of Lynn.
This is the bill area.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, it's not. Yeah,
I have found it.
Yes. Just
Uh,
investigation out Sergeant Mohane from National Cold Case Investigation Unit with one male, Musisi Temba Sibia. SAP 40 stroke 05 stroke 2020 SAP 14 A R5686208 J50 warrant of arrest without injuries correctly received beside Lagape.
It shows that the SAP 14A is R5686208, but and he was taken out without an injury. Bukhishwe engelimele waphinde wasayina futhi.
Now, Sergeant Mohane, do you remember as to why the accused number one was booked out?
Usanjo
On this
Kopolore,
occasion.
Bomche.
Yes.
When they asked him questions about this case,
Yes, were you present?
Ubologon, I wasn't there.
Yes, the people who were involved in the question will testify about that. But do you know the purpose why he was booked out?
Waziboro gigalba kala unebamunche cha ingi. Yes, they told me.
Yes, who told you?
Ubujingman.
Sergeant Mohola.
It was told by Sergeant Mukula. Ngathi Sergeant Mukula ukuthi ukhishelwane.
Yes. Sergeant Mukola Malot will be testifying as the next witness. Yes, yes, you may continue. What was the reason?
He was supposed to be taken out because he was supposed to point out a herbalist or a traditional healer which he was going to show to us. Sasimkhipela ukuthi ayosikhombisa inyanga ayifanele ayosikhombisa yona.
Yes.
He took us to that traditional healer. Wathatha sisa kuleyo nyanga.
Yes, where was that?
Palm Ridge.
It was in Palm Ridge. Inyanga ke lena ise Palm Ridge.
Do you know his name?
I'm unable to recall the name.
Yes, what happened then further?
We found the traditional healer at his home.
Sergeant Mohola sala chola pele ka kamala tu nasala ka wela marao ka direlo cheding.
Sergeant Muhula went ahead with the investigations in this case. I pulled back and I did other things. Mina Sergeant Muhula waqhubeka ngophenyo kulolu daba. Mina ke ngavela ngabuyela emuva ngakwenza okunye.
Yes.
Ore la fediche ka wana molatu ampocha hore ke tle ke moshetse gape mo ke metsere shetse CV ya mo ke metsere.
When she had finished with this investigation, she then called me to come and fetch Sibia and return him where I had took him. Uthe mase qedileke wayesengembiza ukuthi ngizothatha uSibia ngiphindisele la ngayo ngithathe khona.
Yes.
Umme sale ka mushetsa mo ke motšereng ona kwa Pretoria North kwa Valeria police station.
I took him back where I'd taken him at the Valeria police station. Ngamphitisela eValeria police station la ngimthathe khona.
Yes, is there a relevant entry in this regard?
Una le mo ngwantleng hore o buseditswe kwa Valeria?
Gona.
Yes, there is an entry.
Yes.
Yone ba la ka tsela e.
That will be page 5, my lord, of exhibits NN.
Yone ba la ka tsela e Monday 2020 of 6/01.
It's the 1st of June 2020 on a Monday.
Serial number 05.
The serial number is 05.
Now go 1:45.
The time is 1:45.
E ba la ka tsela e gape.
It can be read as follows.
Investigation back.
Masesibuye kwenza uphenyo sabi wabuyele emuva.
Sergeant Mokhane from National Cold Case Investigation Unit
Sergeant Mokhane wase National Cold Case Investigation Unit
with one male Moses Themba Sibiya,
hamba nendoda eyodwa uMuzi Themba Sibiya,
SAP 14156
SAP 14156
stroke 05
/05
stroke 2020.
2020,
SAP 14A
SAP 14A
R5
R5
086
086
208.
208
J50 warrant of arrest
J50 warrant of arrest
without injuries correctly received.
akalimalanga.
Ume ba msainicho ba mo mamaretse a feletse.
They signed that they received him without any injuries. Bamamgela engena engalimele.
Yes. Any further entries?
Una sesingwadilweng.
Itswala pele gape ka lona letsatsi la Monday 2020 6:01.
It continues on the very same Monday of the 1st of June 2020.
Serial number 06.
The serial number is 06.
Now go to 150.
The time
0150.
The time is 50 minutes after 1 in the morning.
0150. Suspect charged.
Umsolwa ke wayesethweswa icala.
Sergeant Mohame, asibangwa le botsotso le Sergeant Mohane with one male dealing in drugs.
It is written here, it is not written properly, it's written Sergeant Mokhane with a male who's dealing in drugs.
Yes, but who's being referred to here?
Brother Muzi.
No, yes, but
Sergeant Mohane, so one which is Sergeant Mohame.
Well, there was a slight mistake here where they were supposed to write Sergeant Mokhane, they wrote Sergeant Mohame.
Yes.
With one male for dealing in drugs.
Enendoda eyodwa ke edayisa is yobisi.
One Moses Themba Sibiya.
The name is Muzi Themba Sibiya.
SAP 14156/5/2020.
SAP 14156/5/20.
SAP 14A R5086-206.
And SAP A5086-208. 508-6206.
Tembisa case number 217/03/2019.
Tembisa case number, can you case number again?
217/03/2019.
2019.
Correctly charged. Sign ilagape.
Uvalelwe kahle, it was also signed.
Do you remember who the investigating officer was in the Tembisa case? 217/03/2019.
Sergeant Mohola.
It was Sergeant Mohola.
Yes, on page 8, on the 1st of June 2020.
More page 8, Gali 1st June 2020.
Okay. Yeah, ki kadi. Yeah, I don't language Monday 2020 6:01.
Gali on the 1st of June 2020.
6:01.
It's on page 8, Malot of Exhibit NN. Yes, we may continue.
Serial number 79.
Serial number 79.
Napo 08.55.
Now, the time is 08055.
Suspect to court.
Umsola uyiswa enkantolo.
Sergeant Mohane with one male for possession of drugs, Moses September.
Sergeant Mokhana hamba nomsola oyedwa Umuzi Themba.
Tembisa case, Tembisa South case 217 of 3/2019.
Case Thembisa 219 of 3 of 2019.
217 of 3/2019.
Of 3/2019.
SAP 14.
SAP 14.
156/05/2020.
156/05 of 2020.
Correctly received.
Wamgeleke kahle.
Ngamsignela gape.
I signed for him as well.
Just want to show you Exhibit 00, which is a charge sheet
Ngiyako boncha exhibit 00 ailing charge sheet.
of proceedings in the Tembisa court.
Charge sheet da kaje courtroom ya go Tembisa.
According to the charge sheet, what is the name of the accused?
Gimangula tufatsha kamgoba ngweleng mo charge sheet.
Moses Themba Sibia.
It is Moses Themba Sibia, igama lomsolwa Moses Themba Sibia.
The name of the police station and the cast number.
The police station Tembisa South.
The police station is Tembisa South.
Case number 217 of 3/2019.
The case number is 217 of 3 of 2019.
Investigation Officer Sergeant Mokola.
Umphenyi lapho Sergeant Mokola.
Place of trial Tembisa. Place of trial Tembisa Ekuruleni.
Indawo ke la kuqulwa khona icala eseThembisa ekuruleni.
Date of first appearance 2026 of 1.
Suku ke lokuvela ukubingelela imantshi kwamhla ka 26
2020. The 1st of June
the
2020.
1st of June 2020.
Was it a purpose for which you booked out accused number 1 on the 1st of June?
Ele wakala khona
For that court appearance.
ka 1st June 2020. That is correct kunjani.
And to which date was the case then postponed?
Khezile fithi sejajachilele fi.
Because
Just check the next page.
No.
to the 8th of June 2020.
The date was postponed to the 8th of June 2020. Uqala hliselwa umhla ka 8 ku June 2020.
Thank you. Then what happened after the court appearance?
Hola diragalang ka morao re ba ile tlhaga go forum.
Kile ka transporta back Valeria SAPS.
I transported him back to the Valeria SAPS. Ngampilisela Valeria SAPS.
Is there a relevant entry in this regard?
Hona le mo ngwadilweng mabapi le diseo.
Yes, isale gape ka Mantaga wa di 1st of June 2020.
It was still on the same Monday of the 1st of June 2020.
It's still page 8, my lord, of Exhibit NN.
Serial number 81,
The serial number 81.
1245.
Now,
Now,
the time,
12:45.
the time is 12:45.
Yonebala ka tsela arrest Sergeant Mohammed with one male suspect for the following possession of a firearm and drugs. Arrest Sergeant Mohammed Rape with one male suspect for the following.
Arrest Sergeant Mohammed
With one male suspect.
msola oyedwa wesilisa
For the following possession of a firearm and drugs.
ngoba eboshelwa ukuba nesibhamu esingekho emthethweni nokuba nesidakamiswa.
One Moses Temba,
The name is written as Moses Temba
Tembisa South case
in the Tembisa South case
217
of
3
2019.
2019. SAP 14
SAP 14
01
01
stroke 06 stroke 2020.
01/06/2020.
SAP 14A
SAP 14A
R139
R139
4878.
4878.
And then they just wrote SAPS 216 correctly received.
And they've also included something like, they say it's XAPS 216. I don't know what that is.
Correctly received by somebody Pele.
Owamkelwe kahle umuntu obhalwe sengathi uphele.
Yes, thank you. Next relevant entry.
Arivaleng mo hape mo kunaleng babangwaleng sa botlhokwa.
This shall air Tuesday 2nd of June 2020.
The Tuesday on the 2nd of June 2020.
To be still exhibit NN, my lord, page 9.
Serial number 143.
The serial number is 143.
Napo 11:05.
The time is 5 minutes past 11.
Investigation out. Sergeant Mohani from National Special Investigation Unit took one suspect out for investigation.
Sergeant Mokane unje mutoti abayelo diadinyakishisho.
Moses Sevilla.
Okisho Moses Bia.
Case 217/03/2019.
Kala kono 217/03/2019.
SAP 14/01/06/2020.
01
01/06.
2020.
Yes.
SAP 14 01/06/2020.
SAP 14A R1394878.
SAP 14A or R1394878.
Without injuries.
Wayengalimele
Correctly received by me again. I signed Sergeant Mohani.
wamukelwe yimina futhi ngaphinde ngasayinda lapho ukuthi Sergeant Mokhane.
What was the purpose of booking out case number 1 on this occasion?
Kaya nana kwi
Muzi obanale di case di ngita fosolorasi.
Muzi had other cases from First Loras. Umuzoenda maye macala so First Loras.
Very low for Kishawana.
We are going to investigate those cases. Sasio paying a lot of
Right on page 10 of exhibit NN. Just put the relevant entry on record.
Ikopa lebaling sewe.
Tuesday 2020-602.
Tuesday the 2nd of June 2020.
Serial number 175.
Serial number 175.
Napo 2210.
The time is 22:10.
Suspect back.
Umsolo wabuyisela emuva.
Sergeant Mohola from NACOM Cold Case Investigation.
Sergeant Mogalo was
Mohola
Sergeant Mohola
from NETCOM Cold Case Investigation.
ophuma kwa-NEFCOM cold case investigation.
Angwala one gape Moses Temba Sivia.
Wrote again Moses Temba Sivia.
Tembisa case 217 of 3 2019.
Tembisa case 217 of 3 of 2019.
SAP 1401 stroke 06 stroke 2020.
SAP 1401 stroke 06 stroke 2020.
SAP 14A R508 6208.
R58.
R508 6208.
Sorry, can you hear me?
R508 6208.
R508 6208.
Action nabangwetse ke mo side marmong from injuries correctly received.
I cannot see something here that is a bit illegible, but it says from injuries after that,
Correctly received.
and it also says correctly received.
Just look at the original.
Mam signela.
Ke kopa o lebelle originally.
On the 2nd of June 2020.
Re lebella the 2nd of June 2020.
Is entry 175.
Lebella mo entry 175.
Leona I wanna or free from injuries.
No, it says free from injuries.
Thank you.
Kubonakala ukuthi kuthiwe lapha akalimele.
Yes, the next entry.
Lebelle entry elatela.
It's on page 11, Malot of Exhibit NN. It's on the 5th of June 2020, Friday.
5th of June.
It's NT 326. Sorry.
6.
You can look at the original.
Okay, yeah.
I found it.
Yes, can you place it on record?
Friday 26 of 5.
uLwesihlanu umhla ka-5 June 2020.
Serial number 326.
Number yakhona ubani?
326.
326.
Nako 801.
The time is
0801.
isikhathi 0801.
Investigation out.
Uyakhishwa ke kuyophenywa.
Sergeant Mohali with one for dealing in drugs.
uSergeant Mkhale uhamba noyedwa ke othwese icala lokusebenza ngezidakamizwa.
Who's being referred to here?
Khuluma ngabani la? Ukuma babulala kamani?
Abulala kanna abangwala senemaka abangwala ukuthi Namakhalula ka Moses Temba Sivia.
They're talking about Moses Temba Sivia.
SAP
Yes,
14.
but you also said something about yourself.
More investigation out to Sergeant Mohale. No, Sergeant Mohane gape.
They were supposed to write Sergeant Mohane, but they wrote Sergeant Mohale.
Moses Temba Sivia.
Moses Temba Sivia.
SAP 14.
SAP 14.
0106 2020.
0106 2020.
SAP 14A.
SAP 14A.
R508 6208.
R508 6208. Cash
217 stroke 3 stroke 2019.
Case number is 217/6/2019.
No injuries correctly received.
Akalimele wamukelwe kahle.
Do you remember what the purpose was for booking out accused number 1 on this occasion?
Wa hopolo lebaka la go mtshamo la tshwaka mo tronkong ibeling.
E be e le gore a ile go dira pointing out.
He was supposed to go to pointing out. Ubafaneleke ayo komba izinto ezithize.
If I can refer you to page 17 of Exhibit NN.
Alibele page 17 ya Exhibit NN.
Serial number?
317.
Moeki 317.
It will appear on the Alberton occurrence book, not Valeria.
Sorry?
Itla bonala mo bukeng ya Alberton isinya Valeria.
Patina kana
Original.
MP 317 it has already been handed up as Exhibit KK, my lord. KK. Yes.
I have found it.
Yes. Can put it on record.
Happy Friday, the 5th of June 2020.
It's written the Friday, the 5th of June 2020.
Suspect handed in for pointing out.
No, just read the time.
Oh, sorry.
Nako ibeli nangu ma.
Serial number still 17, Nako 12 o'clock, 12:00, 12 o'clock.
The time is 12 noon.
Suspect handed in for pointing out.
Umsolo wa fakwa lapho ngokuthi ayokhomba.
By Sergeant Mkhano of National Cold Case Investigation Unit.
Ohambe no Sergeant Mkhana se Cold Case Investigation Unit.
Moses in September Sibia.
Igama uMoses Themba Sibiya.
On case Foslora 636 of 10/2014 murder.
And a case in 636 of
10/2014.
Of 10/2014 icala lokubulala.
Free from visible injuries.
Bonakala indawo la elimele khona.
And just for record purposes, from which police station is at entry?
Enter your police station, Efi.
Alberton Police Station.
It is from the Alberton police station. Puma has some police at Alberton.
Right, entry 318 at 12:24 has already been put in record.
I guess bigger entry 318.
As well as entry 325 at 1460.
325.
You can just place entry 325 on record again.
Regard wala entry 325 or ikwakale.
5. Suspect back from pointing out.
Umsolo uyabuya ke kuyokhomba.
Moses Themba Sibia.
Kama Moses Themba Sibiya.
SCP 1432/06/2020.
SAP 1432/06/2020.
Correctly received, free from injuries.
Wamukelekile enga limele.
Yes, and entry 326.
Entry 326, Nakoki 1425. Suspect transferred to Valeria SAPS.
The time is 14:25. The suspect is transferred to Valeria SAPS. Kato of 14:25. So like I said, 30 why so Valeria SAPS.
One Moses Themba Sibia.
Kamalako Moses Themba Sibiya. His name is Moses Themba Sibiya.
SAP 1432/06/2020.
SAP
1432/06/2020.
32/06/2020. The SAP 14 is 32/06 or 2020.
Yes. And if I can ask you to turn back to the Valeria occurrence book. Page
a re boela gape bukeng ya Valeria.
page 13 of Exhibit NN, my lord. Can you put entry 345 on record?
Serial number.
Okay, 345. I have found it.
Friday 2020 of 6:05.
Friday 2020, the 5th of June of 2020.
Serial number 345.
The serial number 345.
18.01.
Escati 1801.
Sergeant Mohan with the following dealing in drugs.
Sergeant Mohan ulethe lona obe senza ngezidakamizwa.
Just read the preceding sentence. Just
investigation back.
Umuntu usebuyiselwe emumva emva kophenyo.
Sergeant Mohan with the following for dealing in drugs.
Sergeant Mohan nalona ke obe solwa ngokusenza ngezidakamizwa.
Moses Temba Sibia.
Umuzi Temba Sibia.
SAP 14-01-06-2020.
SAP 14-01
stroke 06-2020.
01/06/2020.
SAP 14A R508.
SAP 14A R508
6208.
6208.
Case number 217-03-2019.
Iqala ngo 217/03/2019.
Correctly received by Musainela.
He was correctly received and he was signed for.
there's no entry regarding injuries. Can you remember what the position is?
No, nasa wala na kumona.
When I observed him, he wasn't injured. Mase mbeka mina wayengalimele.
Right, page 14 of Exhibit NN. Entry 380. Can you just put that on record?
380 yeski yeah.
You just start right at the top.
Yes, Saturday
Anatome kwa msumuni.
Saturday 2020
Saturday 2020
6 of 6.
of 6 of 6. That's the 6th of June 2020.
Serial number 380
Serial number is 380
Nago 7.50
750.
investigation out.
Investigation out.
Sergeant Mohan from National Court Case Investigation Unit with 1 male.
Sergeant Buhanwal Cold Case Investigation Unit analemana nendoda eyodwa yesilisa.
Moses Temba Sibia.
Umuzi Temba Sibia.
SAP 14-136-05-2020.
SAP 14-136
136-05-2020.
2020.
SAP 14A
SAP 14A
R508
R508
6208.
6208.
J50 warrant of arrest.
But J50 warrant of arrest.
Without injuries correctly received by Mohani.
Owamukelwe kahle Sergeant Mohane engalimele.
Do you remember what the purpose was for booking accused number 1?
Wa go bona re lebele motšhetša go yo dieng.
Ya be re mtšhetša go ya ga boka nongoma ro verify address mo dulang.
We were taking him out to go to his home in Nongoma to go and verify the address. Asimkhipha ukuthi siye kubo kwa Nongoma siyohlola ukuthi ikheli lakhe liyilo yini.
Yes, next entry on page 15 of Exhibit NN. Entry 426.
Entry 426.
Sunday 2020 Sunday 2020-06-07.
7 of June 2020.
Serial number 426.
Serial number is 426.
Number 00008 05.08.
The time is 05:08.
Investigation back.
It is written in this fashion, investigating back.
Sergeant Mohani with 1 mail
Sergeant Mkhane nendoda eyodwa
for warrant of arrest.
eboshiwe.
Moses Temba Sibiya,
Igama lakhe uMuzithemba Sibiya.
case Tembisa South 217 of 3 2019.
Icase yaseThembisa South 217 of 3 of 2019.
SAP 14 0106 2020.
SAP 14/01/06 2020.
No injuries correctly received by Msainela.
No injuries, it was properly received and it was signed for. Lapho kuthiwa ungene ngaphakathi engalimele wasayinelwa waseyamukela.
Yes, then page 16 of Exhibit NN, entry 512.
Na ebala ka tsela ye Monday 2026-08.
8th of June 2020.
Serial number 512.
Serial number is 512.
Nako 07:35.
The time is
07:35.
07:35.
Suspect out to court.
Umsolwa ukhitshelwa kuyenkantolo.
Sergeant Mohani from National Investigation Unit
Sergeant Mkhalo National Cold Case Investigation
with Moses Temba Sibiya
ehamba noMoses Themba Sibiya
dealing in drugs. Tembisa case 217 of 6/2020 actually.
there is an illegible case number.
SAP 14-156 of 3 2020.
The SAP 14 is 15
Of 3 2020.
2020.
You come home waiting now.
That is how it's written here. Ebhalwe ngayo la.
Correctly received by Sergeant Mohani.
Wamulele kahle Sergeant Mkhane.
Now, to which court was he booked out?
Ubayishwa court ifi.
Tembisa.
He was taken to the Tembisa court. Why is the court Tembisa?
You've already mentioned when dealing with Exhibit 00 that on his first appearance on the 1st of June 2020, the case was postponed to the 8th of June 2020.
Yeah, didn't it?
That is correct.
Then on the 8th of June, what happened in court?
Who did the 8th of June?
Shavala.
Now, is that correct? It was postponed to the 19th of June, is on record.
Yeah. In which I postponed it to the 19th of 6/2020, 19th of June 2020.
It's written here that it was postponed to the 19th of June 2020.
Bail application accused to be kept at Valeria, CPS.
For bail application, the accused was to be kept at Valeria SAPS. Why if your file is still bail? Futhi ke lapho ke umsolo wayegcinwe eValeria SAPS.
Thank you. That then concludes all the entries. Is that correct? Relevant to accused number 1.
Kimo di fedija go bala di mo ba ngwalenga molato fa tsoma tsoma ho ya. That is correct.
And just general issues. You mentioned yesterday
Lebuleti Mabane, Shiri Zolo,
that you arranged for escort on the 19th of June 2020,
gore o la lokisha go felefisetswa ka di 19 tša June 2020
after Brigadier Gininda telephoned you
ka mora gore Brigadier Gininda a go phone
en route to forceful arrest that you should go to Moroka police station.
ga le ya go fosora gore lieng go Moroka police station.
Nnete.
That is correct. What samake ucela ukulungisa ucela usizo lokuthi uphelezele ngesikhathi niya fosora lapho wathola khona ucingo luvela ku General Gininda wathi niya eMoroka police station.
Can you explain why it was necessary to arrange escort?
Uka tlhaloso ja gore e be le ka baka la eng le hloka gore go be le ba le felesetsang.
Makamantšere sepelale ba tshwariwa re nyaka escort for tšhireletšo.
Most of the time when we're traveling with suspects, we need an escort for safety. Masamba esikhathi esiningi nabasolwa sisidinga ukuthi kube nabasiphelezelayo ukuze kube nokukhuseleka.
So whose safety?
Safety yamapholisa le mtshwariwa.
The safety of both the accused and the police. Kushuthi ke ukhuseleko kwamaphoyisa nabasolwa.
You also testified yesterday that when you left Ms. Cronje's office at the Boksburg Magistrate Court on the 24th of June 2020, Advocate Njiako remained in the office of Ms. Cronje. How did you establish the name of Advocate Njiako?
Urile halotloga ko office ya Magistrate Cronje ka di 24 cha June. Advocate Njiako o wile a shala office ya Magistrate lile la tseba byang leina la Advocate Njiako lile la le kwetša byang.
Ntšeke me tseba go tloga le kwa Phukeng ka gore wa ntša emela mosola.
I knew him from Phukeng because right from there he had been representing the accused. Ngamazela ePhukeng ngoba kusukela khona wayenguyena omele umso.
And just finally, you
sir?
I'm sorry?
Which accused, right?
Which accused, I'm sorry?
I'm talking about Bongani Ntanzi.
Yes, and it's accused number?
Kumulato Fajawu, okay. This is accused number 2. Msolo SB.
And just finally, you mentioned the Nongoma case that appears in the entry. What happened eventually to that case?
The political case yan Nongoma who did original case?
Isa phenywa mothatsi wa nkabotalo ke Brigadier Gininda.
Investigations are still continuing. The person that would have more information is Brigadier Gininda. Isa konke kwa mphenyo lwalelo cala kodwa ke umuntu ongaba nolwazi olungcono uBrigadier Gininda.
And you were involved in the booking out and booking in of accused number 1 and 2. How was your relationship with them?
Libeli nale moshomo wa go tšea le ntšha le kape le busetša morago molaofatšo wa mathomo le be le swarane bjang le bona.
No, a be re swarane botse be re salwe be re boledišane ebile ba iketlile.
No, we had a good relationship. We did not fight, and we also were talking to each other, and they were relaxed. Asikhuluma kahle singalwi futhi babekhululekile siziqoqela.
Ebile moswa wa bobedi o labelela gore no ke ena motanisi wa mogolo wa mmino wa Sezulu wa o tsentšha ruto ka motlase ga legwafa.
And at one time, the accused number 2 once even intimated that he is a very great Zulu dancer who is capable of putting his foot under his armpit. Washo-ke umsolo sibili wathi yena hayi eshaya indlamu uyawazi ufaka unyama phansi kwekhwapha.
Thank you, my lord. That will be all.
What time is it, sir?
11. Oh, it's almost 11 now.
Oh, yeah. You can start if you want to. Mr.
Madam, we had a discussion with my colleague yesterday.
This colleague.
For the state.
Yes.
And the rest of the colleagues, my lord, regarding the evidence that the witness has already tendered. Some other aspects need to be consulted with the accused, and some other documents like the dockets that are still pending or needs to be consulted with the accused. We then came to a conclusion that after the examination in chief, we may stand the matter down as per request until Monday to commence the cross-examination.
Mr. Nisi, is it waar? Is it die waarheid?
Yes, it is true.
Je kan niet Afrikaans praten.
Nee, ik kan.
Yes, Mumalo, sir?
My lord, before I respond, may I bring to the attention of the court, my lord,
Yes.
that I will be cross-examining this witness because I've received some instructions that this witness dealt with my client, accused number 4, on the 6th of July, 2020. Hence, I'm surprised that the state hasn't led this witness to the events of the 6th of July, 2020.
6 July 2020.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to cross-examine him now?
Not now.
Oh, I see.
When my turn comes.
Oh, when your turn comes?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear Mr. Baloi. They say you haven't let this witness, Sergeant Mokhali, regarding
my
the
lord.
6th of July.
We made it clear at the beginning that we only going to let him at this point regarding accused number 1 and 2, my lord.
Yeah, but Mr. Ngomalo says he's got the right to cross-examine him.
Yes, by all means, my lord.
Yeah. So even if you haven't let him, you know that Mr. Ngomalo has the right to cross-examine.
Indeed, my lord.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Shololo?
I have no objection to the postponement.
Okay. Mr. Baloi, do you confirm the postponement for consultation purposes?
Yes, we were not going to object to the request in light of the fact that his evidence is quite prolix. We're not going to object to the request, ma'am.
So the judge Mutiwa Shainjam. Why do you laugh, Mr. Muhammad?
May I request, my lord, that the accused number 1 and number 2
They must remain.
to remain, my lord.
Where's the gentlemen who are responsible for transporting number 1 and number 2, number 3 and number 4? Same story. And 5. They should all remain.
I've completed my consultation, so I have no problems.
Yeah, but aren't they being taken together en masse? 2 this side, 3 this side. Where are the orders? Yeah. Okay, I'm ordering in the absence of the orders. That's the accused should remain until they've consulted with their counsel. Thank you. Monday then, okay?
Within a trial, they will then be dealt.
That's correct, my lord.
The accused person was handcuffed from behind whilst he was seated in that white Toyota Fortuner.
The accused was handcuffed in front, my lord.
It is further my instruction that Sergeant Buthelezi and Mapumulo arrived traveling with a hard body, a white hard body, buggy.
Yes, I can confirm, my lord.
Both Mohane and Mabena alighted from the white Toyota Fortuner, and you had a discussion with him or with them, both of them. You had a discussion with them. Do you agree?
Yes, my lord.
All right. At that time, after that meeting or some kind of meeting, accused number 2 was taken out of the Toyota Fortuner and put into that motor vehicle we were traveling at the back seat, on the right side of the back seat of the rear seat of the motor vehicle we were traveling with. Do you dispute that?
Are you referring to Maroka police station, my lord?
Can you please follow my version so that you said I talked about meeting the accused person for the first time, accused number 2, near a garage on the way towards Albertine.
Yes, my lord.
Yes. When he was taken to a motor vehicle, I was putting the version to the effect that he was put inside your motor vehicle at the back of the driver's seat.
My lord, as I mentioned, I met the accused at Maroka SCPS, not at a garage.
Police stations, garage.
All right, you'll get into that. Let's just get into my instructions. Then, immediately after that, Constable or Sergeant Mabena entered your vehicle and sat at the back of that motor vehicle on the left-hand side.
No, my lord.
The door was open and Constable Buthelezi was standing next to the accused, next to accused number 2.
Sister Bazazivulekile Constable Buthelezi wahlala wema lapho eduze nala uhleli khona umsolo speed.
No, my lord.
Okay. You then pushed the front seat backwards towards the accused and you pressed him hard, very hard, on his knees with that seat.
Sunduza esitulo sangaphambili basunduzela kumsolwa and samcindezela kakhulu.
No, my lord.
Cha kunjani?
At that moment, Sergeant Mabena was putting a grey plastic on his face and Buthelezi was blocking the accused from getting out of the motor vehicle.
Uthi ngaleso sikhathi ke uSergeant Mabhena wemfaka uplastic ebusweni and uSergeant Buthelezi ke na wayemvalela ukuthi angakwazi ukuphuma.
No, my lord.
Uthi cha kunjani?
Sorry, Mr. Mgomezulu, is this at the Alberton garage?
That's correct, my lord.
Outside the garage?
Outside the garage, a distance away from the garage.
Okay.
It is further my instruction that the assault, the tubing continued until you convened another meeting. After you stopped, you convened another meeting after Mr. Mohane received a call. Can you dispute that also?
No, my lord, I was never at a garage with the accused or with Sergeant Mohane.
Kwaqhubeka ukuthi ahlukunyezwe ngifaka eshophu waze wafaka umhlangano wathi cha hayi angikaze ngibe egarage no Sergeant Mohane.
Then you got into your vehicles with the accused. Then you proceeded to an open area next to the steel tanks. That area, it's next to a dumping site towards Alberton. That's where all the cars stopped.
Uthi ke nahambile ngemoto wena zinoma la khona amathangi ensimbi khona.
No, my lord, I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Athi cha nginalo ulwazi lwalokho.
Upon your arrival at that place, you all alighted from the motor vehicle, including the accused person.
Then Brigadier Gininda arrived in company of a man who was wearing crease bundles or crease belts and a lady Muhola.
No, my lord, I have no knowledge of that.
Kwase lapho kufika uBrigadier Gininda hamba nendoda egqoka ama-crossband hamba nomuntu wesifazane okuthiwa uMuhula wathi cha angikwazi lokho.
They were traveling in a white BMW.
Bahamba i-BMW emhlophe.
I would not know, my lord.
Athi angeke ngikwaba nalolu lwazi.
There was also a meeting in the presence of Gininda. The accused person, accused number 2, was removed of the handcuffs that were handcuffed from behind, from his hands. That was Mabhena who removed those handcuffs from behind.
Kuthiwa ke ngaleso sikhathi ke kuno-Brigadier Gininda umsola kwakhishwa ozankosi ababeboshwe ngemuva kwakhe bakhishwa uMabhena.
Then his jacket with was taken out. He was handcuffed from the front. Can you dispute that also?
Yes, my lord, as when I received the accused for the first time, his handcuffs was in front, my lord.
Yebo ngakuphikisa ngoba mangiqala ke nje ukuthola umsolwa kwayeboshwe ngozankosi izandla zingaphambili.
All right. Immediately thereafter, there was, or there is, if those poles or those stairs are still there, where you took the accused person, accused number 2, towards those steel poles and removed one handcuff from one side of his hand and tied it on that pole.
Thiwa-ke wakhona la kunetebhisi khona la wafika khona wakhipha isandla esisodwa ukhipha uzankosi esandleni esisodwa wasekombophela ke kulezo insimbi umsolo.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Cha nginalo ulwazi lwalokho.
Then between yourself, you can't recall, between yourself and Mabhena, there's a person who poured him with water. He had a container and poured the accused with water from his front part of the body.
Phakathi kwakho noMabhena akasazi ukuthi umuphi kodwa uthi oyedwa yena wayephethe into ekwazi ukuthutha amanzi owamthela ngamanzi phambili emzimbeni wakhe.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Anginalwazi lwalokho.
That's when Brigadier Kininda told accused number 2 that he must tell the truth about the death of Senzo Meyiwa.
Ilapho Brigadier Kininda athi amtshela ukuthi akakhuluma iqiniso mayelana nokushona kaSenzo Meyiwa.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Anginalwazi lwalokho.
And during the course of that, a plastic bag was also put on his face or on covering his head and his face where this chopping continued.
Athi yena leso sikhathi ke wathatha uplastic wafaka phezulu kwekhanda lakhe baqhubeka ke umhlomeza ngendlela ibizwa i-chopping ngesilungu.
My lord, the first time I met the suspect was at Moroka SAPS, my lord.
Qala kwami ukubona umsolwa kuse siphoyiseni saseMoroka.
There was a device that was used to electrocute the accused person. He was electrocuted from his stomach.
Kuthiwa khona umshini owayesetshenziswa ke ukubambisa umsolwa ngogesi kodwa ke lo mshini lo wawuthintiswa esiswini sakhe umsolwa.
You, Mr. Mabhena, and Buthelezi were exchanging during the use of this device.
Bathi ke wena noMabhena noButhelezi nanishintshashisana ngokusebenzisa lo mshini lo.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Hayi anginalo ulwazi lwalokho.
Before I forget this instruction, it's very important what I'm going to tell you.
Khona ke ngifuna ukutshela kona kusemqoka kakhulu.
It's my instruction that from the first time when I put the version of the accused, Sergeant Mkhano did not partake to the assault, chopping, and torturing of the accused. Did not participate. He was always outside.
Ke yonke lento ayenza uSergeant Mkhano wayengekho azange angene ekuhlukumezeni umsolwa ngasonke isikhathi wayengaphandle.
What do you say about it?
My lord, Sergeant Mukhane would ask us for assistance in either handing over the suspect or escorting.
uSergeant Mkhane wayesicela usizwa mayelana nokuthi sinikezele ngomsolwa noma ke umphelezela umsolwa.
I'll get to that as well.
And when the suspect is in the vicinity, my lord, Sergeant Mukhane is also present.
Manje ke uma ke umsolwa eseduze uSergeant Mkhane naye ke kwakufanele abe khona lapha eduze.
Okay. Let me proceed with my version, with the version of accused number 2. During the process of using that device, after the plastic was taken out from his head, the accused bled, started bleeding from his nose.
Emva kokuthi ke kususwa lo plastic bese ke lo umsolwa aqhunye kulomshini waqala ukopha igazi ngamakhala.
Do you also dispute that?
Ngiyaphikisa nalokho.
My lord.
Athi yebo ngiyaphikisa.
That's then Sergeant Mkhano the accused person will come and tell the court that he heard Sergeant Mkhanu saying, I just want to get the correct word that he was using. May I approach, my lord? There's a word, a specific word that was used by Mkhanu. Thank you. The exact words said by Sergeant Mkhanu was that yekelani demand.
Kuthiwa-ke izwi lasetshenziswa Sergeant Mkhana ilithi yekelani demand, usho ukuthi yekelani le ndoda.
My lord, at no point was the suspect in one of our EMPD vehicles during the escort or when taken or handed over at the police station.
Umsolakazi angene emotweni zethu ngesikhathi enikezelwa nanokuthi ayokhishwa esikhumulweni samaphoyisa.
That's then accused number 2 was untied and taken back. He was wet, bleeding, and he was taken back to the Toyota Fortuner.
Wathi ke lapho umsolo athathwa iswa ku Toyota Fortuner. Ngaleso sikhathi ke wayopha igazi futhi wayemanzi.
You had to travel from that spot as you were escorting the Toyota Fortuner entered Chris Hani Hospital.
Thiwa ngesikhathi ke nihamba niphelezela umsolo Toyota Fortuner yangena esibhedlela saseChris Hani Baragwana.
My lord, may I just consult? Thank you, madam. When they entered Chris Hani Hospital, Mkhano and Mabena and the accused person with the Fortuna, that's when Colonel Rapadu came into the picture.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Athi uma ezongena esibhedlela uMkhane noMabena uyilapho ke okwavela khona uColonel Rapadu wathi anginalo ulwazi walo.
All right. Colonel Rapadu and got into the vehicle. He gave the keys to his wife, and then they were in company of the child. I think they brought the child to the hospital, but we can't prove that. What the accused number 2 has observed is that Colonel Rapadu gave the keys to his wife.
So Colonel Rapadu wanika unkosikazi wakhe okhiye wayenengane lapho kodwa ke sin asikho isiqiniseko saloko kodwa ke okwabona umsola wesibili ukuthi uKenneth Rappard wanika unkosikazi wakhe okey.
I don't know about that, my lord. I met the Colonel Rapadu for the first time at Moroka SCPS.
Hayi lo anginalwazi lolo kodwa ngaqala ukubona uKenneth Rappard eMoroka police station.
Okay. Soon thereafter, they traveled and you were escorting them to a certain place in Orlando. It's an open area. It's also next to a dumping area where there are ATM machines that were no longer functioning.
Uthi emva kwaloko ke nahamba ke na endaweni ese-Orlando eseduze kwala kuchithwa khona udoti futhi kwakunendawo ke la kunama ATM khona angasasebenzi.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Anginalwazi lolo.
And I want to remind you that according to that version, when accused number 2 said he was poured with water, it was winter time.
Afuna nginezezela ukuthi ngalesikhathi umsola etshela ngamanzi kwakusebusika.
You escorted them until you stopped at that particular area and Brigadier Kininda arrived with those crew members.
Wathi yena waphelezela ukuyofika kuleyo ndawo and futhi ke ilapho ke kwafika khona uKenneth Kininda ehamba nasebenza naye.
My lord, the only escort that was conducted was from Moroka SCPS to Foslorus Magistrates Court, my lord.
Manje ke ukuphelezela okwenzeka kosuka eMoroka ukubafikisa esiphoyiseni saseFoslorus.
When Brigadier arrived, he opened the book with the boot of the BMW. He sat on the edge of the boot and he took out some documents.
Athi umefika Brigadier lapho avula ibhuthi ye-BMW wasesahlala khona lapho kuleyo bhuthi waseveza kamaphepha athisi.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Anginalwazi lwalokho.
All right. Brigadier Kininda took those documents and gave them to Colonel Rappard.
Athi kuBrandine Kininda wathi mesevula amaphepha anika uKenneth Rappard.
I did not see Mr. Brigadier Kininda at Moroka SCPS.
Ngizange ngimbone uBrigadier Kininda eMoroka police station.
All right. Assault, torture continued.
Athi ukuhlukunyezwa nokushaywa kwaqhubeka.
Instructed accused number 2 to sign those documents.
Baphoqa umsola wesibili ukuthi asayinde lawo maphepha.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Cha anginalo olwazi lwalokho.
The documents were signed by accused number 2 under that coercion. Lawo maphepha lawa asendwe umsola wesibili ngaphansi kwaleyo ngcindezi. Thereafter, there were certain documents that were not thumbprinted.
Emva kwaloko khona amanye kamaphepha angazange abekwe iminwe.
I would not know about the thumbprint, my lord.
Athi angazi lutho ngaleyo minwe.
Immediately thereafter, accused number 2 was taken to Primrose.
Athi emva kwaloko umsola wesibili wathathwa yiswa esikhumulweni sasemaphoyisa sasePrimrose.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Anginalwazi lwalokho.
He was not booked in. Sergeant Mkhano entered the police station with the purpose of booking in accused number 2.
Azange abhaliswe ke lapho ukuthi secretary Mkhano wangena naye umsola epolice station enzela ukuthi ayomfaka khona.
I have no knowledge of Jamestown, my lord.
Athi hayi angazi lutho ngeJamestown.
Then, according to his instruction, Sergeant Mabena was talking over the phone in the motor vehicle and informed the person who was talking with over the phone that Mr. Mkhano is inside the police station.
Manje kusani Mabena ekhuluma nomunye ekhuluma ngocingo wasetshela lo muntu ayikhuluma naye ukuthi hayi uSergeant Mkhano ungaphakathi esikhumulweni samaphoyisa.
Upon his arrival back from the police station, Sergeant Mkhano, there was an instruction that they should travel to Rustenburg.
Emva kokuthi aphumeke esikhumulweni samphoyisa uSergeant Mkhano wayesathola umlayezo ukuthi umyalelo ukuthi akahambe aye eRustenburg.
Were you still escorting them?
Awusabaphelezela?
I was not in Germiston, my lord.
Ngangingekho eJemiston.
They then traveled to Rustenburg. They were escorted by you. Sorry, may I just correct that? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Malik. The escort actually stopped after that. So they had to travel to Rustenburg, where the accused was residing.
Bathi hayi kuphelezela kwamakhona lapho ke base ke baqoqela ukuthi baye eRustenburg la kwakuhlala khona umsomo.
Sorry, I want to understand. So Rapali, Ginanda, Mabena, and all those guys all traveled to Rustenburg, in other words.
Rapati was. May I just take an instruction?
Yeah, because as far as I'm concerned, Ginanda is seated there.
Yes.
At the boot of the BMW.
Just to
give the documents to Rapali. Then everything goes blank. Then people are traveling to Rustenburg. Where is Rapali? Where is Ginina? Where is the lady in white?
May I approach the accused? Thank you, my lord. Thank you for your indulgence. My instruction is that Colonel Rapat, he actually left with Brigadier Ginenda.
Umyalelo wami uthi uColonel Rapad wahamba no Brigadier Ginenda.
Because he was not present when the accused was taken to Primrose Police Station.
Ngoba engekho ngesikhathi umsolwa eyiswa esikhumulweni samphoyisa sase-Primrose.
On the way to Rustenburg, where they met Brigadier Ginenda in the presence of Sergeant Mohola.
Manje kumase eRustenburg la bahlangana khona noGinenda no-Sergeant Mohola.
The accused person was left attended in the motor vehicle, in the Toyota Fortuner, and they proceeded to his place.
Manje umsolwa wayeshiyeke emotweni iFortuner and then base ke beyaqhubeka beya la ehlala khona.
That's when Sergeant Mabena came back in possession of a black plastic bag, which he said they found ammunition in his room.
Ilapho abuya khona uSergeant Mabena ephethe uplastic omnyama athi khona babuya neinhlamvu zesibhamu.
Then accused number 2 asked Mabena, how did you enter his room? Because he was in possession of the keys.
Manje umsolwa sibili waseyabuza ukuthi ungene kanjani lapha kulelo gumbi ngoba mina ukhiye ngisabaphethe.
Then there was no answer from them.
Akuzange ke kube nempendulo kuloko.
You can't comment on it.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Anginalwazi lolo.
Let's get into the 24th of 24th of June 2020.
Asike umhla 24 June 2020.
When the accused was escorted to Boksburg court,
Uma ke umsola esephelezelwa ke enkantolo yaseBoksburg.
where was he escorted from?
Waphelezelwa esuka
From Moot SAPS.
wayesuka eMoat SAPS.
By whom?
Wayephelezelwa ba?
By myself and few other members.
Wayephelezelwa yimina nabanye ke engisebenzisana nabo abambalwa.
2022 on an ex parte basis.
What time was it?
Urgent
Where's
direct
Katsini?
application for a revival of the 2017 order for a further period of 2 years. Lawyers for Human Rights.
It was in the afternoon, my lord.
The 2017
Kwakuyintambama.
has been admitted as an intervening party in these ex
In the
parte
afternoon, what time?
Ntambama sikhatsini.
The present application
Approximately from 1 up to 2, my lord.
Ingaba kuyila esiphakathi kwamahora lika-1 nelesibili.
So I want to check if that time frame makes sense of your evidence. From 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock.
Funeka sihlale ukuthi la mahora ngiyona ka-1 nelika-2 ayazwakala yini.
I want to be sure as to what time did you arrive with accused number 2 at Boksburg court.
Ngifuna nje ukubhekisisa ukuthi nafika ngasikhatsini nomsolo wesibili enkantolo yaseBoksburg.
The exact time, my lord, I can't recall, but as far as I know, it was in the afternoon, my lord.
ngitshela ukuthi kwakuyisikhathini kodwa ke engingakudla ukuthi kwakuyintambama.
Okay, let me just clarify this because I have the statement of Mokola that I'm going to use later.
How many ngifuna ukuchaza ke la ngoba nestatement sikaMokola engizobuyela kusona emva kwesikhathi.
How many times did you escort accused number 2 to Boksburg court? How many times in different days? How many times?
Wamphelezela kangaki umsolwa ey'nsukwini ezehlukile ukuya eBoksburg.
It was only twice, my lord. First time was from Moroka to Vosloorus. Second time was from Moot SAPS to Boksburg Magistrates Court.
Wamphelezela kabili wayesuka eMoroka kuye eVosloorus okwesibili kwakusuka eMoat kuyimisa eBoksburg.
All right. So this time frame between 1 and 2 is associated with which escort from Vosloorus to Moroka or from Moat to Boksburg?
From Moot to Boksburg, my lord.
Wathi isikhathi esikhuluma ngaso sika-1 no-2 sisikhuluma ngalesi sikhathi ke ephelezelwa esuka eMoat eyiswa eBoksburg.
All right. So from Moat to Boksburg, that's the time when the magistrate had to actually took a confession from the accused.
That's correct, my lord.
Bathi kusuka eMoat kuye eBoksburg ila imantshi eyakwazi ukuthatha istatement kumsolwa.
Okay. There's an entry that the accused person was booked at. I just confirm that. All right, thanks. So, the magistrate, upon her arrival at Boksburg prison, at Boksburg police station, sorry, Boksburg court, did she find you there?
Manje misizofika ke imantshi eBoksburg court yanithola lapho.
No, my lord, as we went to Ms. Cronier's office.
Cha wathina saya ofisini lika Miss Cronje.
So you arrived first before Mrs. Cronje?
Manje ke nina afika kuqala ngafika Mrs. Cronje.
No, my lord. When we arrived at the office, Ms. Cronje was at her office.
No, uthi masifika ofisini lakhe samthola ekhona office lakhe.
According to her evidence, she said when she arrived at Boksburg prison, in Boksburg court, in the passage, there were Metro Police officers that were heavily armed.
Uthi kumefika lapho ke eBoksburg wathola kunamaphoyisa ayehlome kakhulu amaphoyisa emetro.
I'm sure she was referring to us, my lord, as we were armed on the day.
Mhlawumbe wayekhuluma ngathi ngoba sasihlomile ngalelo la.
Her testimony is that when the people that she saw were the heavily armed Metro Police officer, there was a man that was handcuffed and a man that was wearing a suit. That was her evidence.
Uthi ke umele ufakazi bakhe uthi ke wathi mebona lamphoyisa ahlome kakhulu kwakhona indoda eyayiboshwe ngozankosi kwakukhona futhi nendoda eyayigqoka isuti la.
That's correct, man.
Athi kunjalo.
So that means you arrived first. Because she's the one who found you there.
Manje lokho kuchaza ukuthi inini nafika kuqala ngoba yena wanithola lapha.
My lord, we arrived in the passage, or we were standing in the passage on our way or in front of Ms. Cronje's office.
Hayi thina sasime nje epassage sisendleleni yokuya noma ukuba phambi kwehhovisi lika Ms. Cronje.
But my question was, did you arrive before Mrs. Cronje arrived at Boksburg Court, or she arrived first?
Buzo wami ukuthi yini nafika kuqala no Ms. Cronje wafika kuqala lapha.
My lord, we were only given instruction as to the office we should take the accused to.
Cha esasikwazi nje ukuthi sasitshelwe silayelwe ukuthi siye ehhovisi elithize.
Okay. It's your evidence that you were, Mr. Mohano is the one who made copies of your certificates.
That's correct, my lord.
Umukhano yena wenza amakopi ama certificate zethu athi yebo kunjalo.
On that day, you had your pocket books.
Ngalelanga naniphethe ama pocket book in.
That's correct, my lord.
Yebo kunjalo.
So it must have been recorded in your pocket books as to when did you arrive there.
Kufanele ukuthi kwaqoshwa kuma pocket book enu ukuthi nafika ngasikhatsini la.
That's correct, my lord.
Wathi kunjalo.
All right. Then you made copies of yourself of your certificate and handed them to Sergeant Mohana. You said you did not enter the office when the accused was interviewed.
That's correct, my lord.
Athi ngenza certificate zenu nasenzinika uSergeant Mohana nathi ke futhi anzange ningene ngesikhathi umsolwa kuzokhulunywa nawe wathi yebo kunjani.
All right. So prior to the closing of the door of room 2 where Mrs. Cronje was, and the process of interviewing the accused number 2, where did you go?
Manje ngemva ukuthi kuvalwe isicabha kulelo office lesibili nokuthi ke umsolwayo ngaleso sikhathi ke sekukhulunywa naye la ngaphakathi kulelo gumbi lelo nina nasala naya.
We were outside at the vehicles, my lord.
Sasengaphandle ezimotweni.
Okay. So after the whole process was done and dusted, you then escorted the accused.
Ngemva konke lokhu sekuphelele napheleza lumsolwa futhi.
Sergeant Mukhane then called us and told us that the statement was now completed. We walked back into the magistrate's court and we escorted the suspect to the vehicles, my lord.
Obviously, afika uSergeant Mukhana sitshela ukuthi hayi statement sisithathiwe sasisingena ngaphakathi siyophelezela umsolwa simthatha ngaphakathi enkantolo zaseBoksburg.
Okay. So where did you travel from there?
Manje nasisenihamba niyaphi kusuka lapho?
From the vehicles, my lord, the suspect was in handcuffs. He was placed into the Fortuner of Sergeant Mukhane.
Kuya lapho emotweni umsolwa wayefakwe izankosi wayesethathwa ke eyiswa emotweni Fortuner wayesebekwa ezandleni enikezela ezandleni zika Sergeant Mukhane.
And from Boksburg Magistrates Court, we conducted the escort straight to Moot SAPS.
Nje kusuka lapho eBoksburg sabe sesibaphelezela sibayisa eMoot SAPS.
All right. Let me just put this version of accused number 2 before we proceed. Immediately, accused number 2 will tell the court that inside, during the, after the alleged statement was, sorry, let me just put it this way. The version of the accused person is that he did not sign any document inside the office of Mrs. Cronje.
So lesibili uzothi yena azange asayinde lutho ngaphakathi kweoffice lika Mrs. Cronje.
I would not know, my lord.
Cha angeke ngaba nalolu lwazi.
You took the accused person to Germiston.
Athi nathatha umsolwa namisa eGermiston.
No, my lord.
Athi cha.
At Germiston, you went to an industrial area. According to accused number 2, you went to an industrial area where you parked the motor vehicles. Accused was assaulted again.
So eGermiston nahamba na la kunama factory khona la enafika khona namisa imoto umsolwa eseyashawa futhi.
Then he was ordered to sign the documents.
Manje wayesecindezelwa ukuthi akasayine lawo ma-documents.
And the documents that he said he signed, his blood spilled on those documents.
Bathi ke ilapho kafika ukuthi umesayina lawo ma-document kwase kuba negazi ke lakhe elawela kuwo la ma-document.
My lord, from the magistrate's court up to Moot SAPS, I did not see any injuries on the accused up to the completion of the escort, my lord.
Ukuthi isikhathi sonke la besiphelezela umsolwa ngizange ngibone ukushaya kamsolwa.
Okay. Now, during the course of this trial, within the trial, a pro forma completed by Mrs. Cronje, the magistrate, and the statement was shown to accused number 2, which he denied to be the statement because the reason is that the documents that he was led to sign must have had some marks of blood stains.
Manje ke uthi ke la ma-document lawa alethwa phambi kwakhe ukuthi umsolwa waphi ukuthi ama-document akhe ngesikhathi kwenza icala elingaphakathi kwecala ngoba uthi yena lawo yena awabona ama-document awasayindile kwakuphoqelekile ukuthi akube nanamachashaza egazi la ayewele khona kulawo maphepha.
I would not know, my lord.
Ngeke ngibe nalolu lwazi.
Okay. So you say you transported him to Pretoria Moot?
That's correct.
Namphelezela namisa emoto athi yebo.
Do you know what time was he booked?
Sasikhathi
Was he booked in?
ukuthi wafakwa nini?
Our arrival at Moot, my lord, was around, it was between 6 and 7 o'clock in the evening, my lord.
Fika kwathi wethu umuntu kwawuphakathi kwamahora ihora lesithupha nelesikhombisa kuseni.
Who booked him in?
Banomfaka lapho umbhalisa lapho.
Sergeant Mukhane, my lord.
Athi kwaba uSergeant Mukhane.
So that was the last time you saw accused number 2.
That's correct, man.
Athi kwawugcina mbona umsola wesibili.
Until you saw him today.
That's correct, man.
Ngala futhi ukumbona futhi namhlanje.
Okay. So do you know that accused number 2 did not take bath since the 16th of June 2020? Do you know?
I don't know, my lord.
Athi yazi ukuthi umsola wesibili akaze ageze kusuka mhla 6 kuJune 20. June 20?
2020.
Athi kusuka mhla 16 kuJune 2020 umsola akaze ageze.
And he has never been in contact of his family.
Athi futhi akaze nje athintane nobumndeni wakhe.
I don't know that, my lord.
Athi anginalo ulwazi lwalokho.
All right. So are you aware that accused number 2 was kept in custody from the day you booked him until 21st of March 2021?
Athi yazi ukuthi umsola wayevalelwe kusuka ukufika umhla 1st kuMarch 2021.
From the day he was booked in at Pretoria Mood.
Kusukela evalelwe ePretoria Mall.
Do you know that?
Uyakwazi lokho?
No, my lord.
Cha ngikwazi.
Let's get into the escort where you took the accused person from Vosloorus to Moroka police station.
Asikhulume ngokuniphelezela umsola kusuka eVosloorus umisa eMoroka.
My lord, the escort was only from Moroka to Vosloorus, not the other way around.
Athi cha kwakumphelezela kusuka eMoroka kuye eVosloorus hayi ukumsusa eVosloorus umisa eMoroka.
Thanks for the clarification.
Ngiyabonga ukuthi ungichazele.
All right. From Moroka police station, are you saying he was at that time after he was with Colonel Rappard?
Uthi ke ukusuka lapha eMoroka usho ukuthi kwakungemva kokuthi abe nalipho esokuthiwa Rappard.
Clarify, my lord.
I'm saying at that time when you escorting accused from Moroka, that was when he made a statement, the alleged statement from Colonel Rappard.
Athi ukusuka umphelezela usuka lapha eMoroka kwakuyila esethathe khona istatement esithathuswe uRappard.
That's correct, my lord.
Bathi kunjalo.
So were you present when there was a discussion between Sergeant Mokhane and Colonel Rappard?
Ukhona yini makunengxoxo phakathi kaMokhane, Sergeant Mokhane noColonel Rappard?
No, my lord.
No, I wasn't.
But
Cha ngangingekho.
but it's your evidence that after the interrogation, after the taking of the confession, you escorted the accused to Sergeant Mokhane.
Manje uthe emva kokuthi avume icala umsola wena wamphelezela ukuya ku-Sergeant Mokhane.
Once the statement was completed, my lord, I received the suspect from Colonel Rappard and I took the suspect to Sergeant Mokhane's vehicle.
athi emva kokuthi sithathe i-statement ngamthatha umsolwa. You took him
from the colonel
Colonel who?
Rapadu
Ngamthatha umsolwa ngimsatha Colonel Rapadu
to the vehicle parked outside.
ngamisa ke emotweni eyayipakwe ngaphandle.
All right. Do you know what time was it when you first took accused to Colonel Rapadu's office?
Manje uyazi ukuthi kwasikhatsini umuzothatha umsolwa umise ehhovisi lika Rapadu.
It was in the morning, my lord. As I mentioned, I was the first to arrive.
Kwakusekuseni njengoba besengishilo ke kwayimina wafika kuqala.
If you had your pocketbook, you would precisely tell the court what time you arrived. Do you agree?
That's correct, my lord.
Bathi uma ukuthi ubonayo ke pocketbook yakho uzokwazi ukusinika isikhathi esiqondile bathi yebo.
But was it after 9, after 11?
As I can recall, my lord, I arrived around 6:30, so it might have been at 7, my lord.
Bathi njengoba besengichazile ke mina ngafika ngo-6 lapha usho ukuthi ke isikhathi ke kwakuzoba kuyisikhathi zo-7.
Yes. Now, Colonel Rapadu is done with the suspect. They are now handing over the suspect to Sergeant Mukhani. Did they tell you where were they heading to?
Manje uMsergeant Rapadu seqedile kusumisa ke ku Sergeant Mukhani. Bakutshela yini ukuthi baya?
My lord, the suspect was handed over to me, not Sergeant Mukhane.
Umsolwa wanikezelwa kumina azange nikezele kuMukhani.
You handed over the suspect to Sergeant Mukhani.
That's correct.
Bathi wena wanikezela umsolwa ku Sergeant Mukhani athi yebo kunjani?
Were you told or asked to escort them to Boksburg police station, to Boksburg court?
Wawulayeleliwe ke ukuthi ubaphelezele baye eBoksburg.
To Foslorus court, my lord.
To Foslorus.
Yes, my lord.
Yes. They told you the reason why you were to escort them to Foslorus court.
It was mentioned that the accused had a court appearance in Foslorus, my lord.
Kwavezwa ukuthi umsolwa ke ufanele ayovela phambi kwesenkantolo yaseFoslorus.
For which case do you know?
I don't know, my lord.
But angazi ukuthi kuliphi icala.
All right. So upon your arrival at Foslorus court, you remained behind. Where was the accused?
Manje uma nifika eFoslorus wena wasala wayelaphi umsolwa?
The accused was together with Sergeant Mukhane entering Foslorus court, my lord.
Umsolwa kwahamba noSergeant Mukhane bengena enkantolo yaseFoslorus.
We were outside at the vehicles.
Thina sasengaphandle sisemotweni.
Where was Sergeant Mapena?
Sergeant Mapena wayelaphi?
I can't recall, my lord.
Angikwazi ukukhumbula lokho.
All right. So the accused person, in respect of that evidence, will deny that he ever entered for the Foslorus court.
So again, uzophika ukuthi wakwangena enkantolo yaseFoslorus.
My lord, the accused did enter the court as part of completion of our escort. We saw him ourselves, my lord, entering the court.
Manje ukuphetha ukumphelezela umsolwa sabona ukuthi nange umsolwa uyangena ecourt yaseFoslorus.
Was he received by the police officers to know?
Wamkelwa amaphoyisa yenu yazi?
We only saw him entering the court, my lord.
Bathi hayi cha sagcina singumbona engena enkantolo.
He never, according to you, he never entered, or according to the information you got from either Mapena or Mukhane, did he ever enter the holding cells of Foslorus police station, or police court, the holding cells? Did he enter those cells?
I don't know, my lord.
Athi wambona yini wena ngolwazi lwathi owalithola kumabhena nomkhano wangena yini emaselini ase-Phosphorus athi cha angikwazi lo.
From what distance did you keep when Sergeant Mohane entered the court, Phosphorus court, with the accused? From what distance did you keep?
Wena wakude kanganani ke uma bhena ezongena nomsola enkantolo yase-Phosphorus?
My lord, the entrance for the accused persons is at the back of the court, my lord, or on the side.
Manje la kungena khona abasolwa ingemumva kwenkantolo noma ngapha ngaseceleni.
So you're telling the court that you did not actually see, or you could not be in a position to see where Mohano and the accused entered.
Manje uchaza ukuthi wena awukwazanga ukubona noma awuzange ubone uma uMahane engena nomsola ngaphakathi.